second attempt at this video, so sorry about that. This is going to be about like school discos, year 7 and 8 particularly. As many of you know, I was prefecting this Friday at one, and to be honest, it was bad. I mean, it's the worst disco I've ever been to, and it's the hardest I've ever worked at one. We had one boy who was threatening to hit a girl who I had to go and tell off. You know, I went up to him, I was like, look, this isn't acceptable for you to even be threatening a girl to do this. So if I have to come and talk to you again, I'm going to kick you out. But after that, he was a real good boy. He really helped us out after that. We had another boy who came drunk. Now, this is year 8, bearing in mind. You know, these are like 12, 13-year-olds coming in drunk. I mean, come on. So he went into the loos when I was like standing outside, because they tend to mess about down there anyway, so someone always down there. So I went down there, like to where the opening of the girls and boys loos are. So I stood outside there and I could hear all this banging inside. So I was like, look boys, whatever you're doing, just calm down. Yeah, so then I heard this like huge bang, like massive bang. And I was like, oh great, so what have they done now? I went out out into a different bit of the hallway type area, and I found Chris, who's like prefecting or helping out, and I was like, oh Chris, I have no idea what they've done now, but can you just go and have a look in the boys' loo, because they've obviously been messing about. I think they've broken something. So Chris goes down there and looks in the loos, and they've broken, like thrown something up onto the roof and broken one of these huge massive ceiling tiles. And I mean, come on, why would you want to do that in the first place, to be honest? But anyway, that was just the beginning of it with him. I mean, it went on for ages. The next thing he did is decided he was going to go and touch up all the girls, you know, feeling up all their boob area and like completely touch them all over. This poor girl came up to me almost crying. She was like, can you please do something about him, because he keeps touching me and I don't want him to. So I was like, I went over there to him and I was like, look mate, you need to calm down, because you're starting to annoy me now, and I'm going to kick you out if this keeps happening. So I don't want you to be touching any girls in any of this kind of way again, alright? And he was like, oh, F you. And I was like, shut up, what are you, 12? So that was just annoying me. But it got worse. We had a girl who had heat stroke come out, and, you know, the guy who had threatened to hit a girl, this is where he really shot him, to be honest. He really made up for it after that. I mean, he took her outside, he stayed with her, he laid her down to make sure she was cool, and when her mum arrived, he carried her to her car, poor little boy. I mean, he did really well, to be honest, and it was a huge thank you to him, because without him we would have been a bit stuck. I mean, he did well. However, the boy who broke the ceiling tile, he just went from bad to worse. He thought it was a good idea if him and his mates went out the back door, like out the emergency exit, ran round the school. So that was a clever idea. 2 of our boy prefects ran after him, ran round the school. One of the guys who does it is asthmatic, and he was so ill that night just because he had to run around after that. I mean, he looked really bad that night, and I felt so bad for him. I mean, and that's just because some idiot decided that he'd come drunk to a disco and decided that he was going to mess about with us all. So that was just annoying. However, we did manage to get him out, and we kicked him out in the end. We huddled him out, because it was in the middle, and he was swearing and blinding at us and would not get out for the love of him. So we all kind of stood around him, stopped him from getting to any of his friends, you know, and just kind of steered him towards the door. And yeah, I mean, why would you do it, to be honest? And he was like, oh no, I haven't, miss, I haven't. I was like, 1, I'm not a miss. If I look like a teacher, I'm doing something wrong. And 2, I can clearly smell that you have been drinking, so whatever you're doing, just pack it in. Do you know what I mean? But we had a couple of other boys who'd come drunk. He weren't the only one. These other 2 decided it'd be quite funny to go out the other emergency exit into the courtyard, and would run right across the courtyard, hop over the fence, this is while me and this other guy are running after him at this point. Hop over the fence, run into the middle of the road, almost get run over. Idiot. I mean, you know, if you're going to run away, do it sensibly. Do you know what I mean? But we've got all their names and their faces, and they're going to get told off when we get back to school, because we're on half term now. I mean, come on. Oh, it was a bad night, to be honest. It just went from bad to worse. Oh, it was just a bad night, but, you know, I was there till about 11:30, just clearing away. But I shouldn't have thought they'd have many more discos now because of that. I mean, you know, we give them a little bit of leeway, we give them something, a reward or something, even when we go there every lunchtime to try and prefect the A block, where it's their area but they're not allowed in there at lunchtime. We go there every lunchtime to try and prefect, and they're swearing and hitting us all the time. We go and do that, and then we give them a treat, and then they still go and chug it back in our faces. I mean, come on, how dense can you be? Sorry, but I'm not saying this is all year 7s and 8s, because it's not, it's just ours. And I don't know why ours are so bad, but they are. So, yeah. Sorry I look so rough today. It's been a bit of a long day. All I've done really is basically homework. So, yeah, I'm going to go now. It's been quite a long video. Alright then. Bye.